Here we have the current stock market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, this is a 30-minute price chart. Each candle on this price chart represents a 30-minute trading period. And as we can see here, we're starting to sort of stabilize a bit at somewhat higher levels. There are some real questions that should be asked here, and there are many people I understand that are currently long this stock. I don't believe I've seen anybody in the comment section that is actually short this stock, which is kind of interesting. And actually, that's a little bit of a red flag because to have everybody positioned on one side of the market is generally not a good thing. It's usually a bad thing. So it's kind of interesting for me to see that, there's just almost exclusive positivity when we're discussing this stock on this platform. It's almost never negative. It would be, I think, more interesting to hear from people that were actually short selling this name. So as we can see currently, we are starting to stabilize here a bit, and the real question here is whether or not we're forming a base here at this higher level, or are we just simply topping out and ready to start moving lower? So those are real questions that people need to be asking themselves. And it's important to not just drink the Kool-Aid and just assume that the stock is moving higher just because you happen to have a long position in the trade. We really do need to be looking for evidence, for future developments in both directions. So, one thing that I would point to here, I would actually prefer, I think, to look at the hourly moving averages first. So as we can see here, if we move out to the hourly price chart, now each candle is a 1 hour trading period. So as we can see here, we have now moved back into the exponential moving average cluster. At the moment, we have fallen below that 20-hour EMA, and we're currently getting some support that can be found at the 50-period exponential moving average. So the real question here is whether or not this holds. Are we able to bounce out of this area, or do we further fall through here to the downside and start to experience more sideways trading activity, or even possible downside trading activity? So to make that type of determination, one thing that I would do, I would definitely be looking at the possible downside here rather than the possible upside. I mean, everybody's question in the comment is always, how far do you think this can go? Do you think this can go to $10? Do you think this can go to $15? Why doesn't anybody ask if it can go to $2 or $5 or something like that? Why is it always, it's almost always in one direction. So if we are going to look at the downside here, one major area that I would be watching, and I believe I've said this before, does come in at the $6.20 level. The reason that I point to this area is because there are really three reasons. One is that it's the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of this major trending move. And this is now the most influential price move for this stock. This is really what's running the show at this point. It's really this price move. So, currently we're looking at the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement, which comes in right just under $6.20. In addition to that, you've got this old price high, which would have been generated during this would be September 26th trading session. So this was an old high, a resistance level that would now be expected to work as support. And then finally, you also have this rising purple line here, which is the 100-hour exponential moving average. And as you can see, all three of these areas are coinciding in the same place, right around $6.20. It might not be exact, but it's definitely close enough to give this price zone some significance. So, this for me is the main level to be watching to the downside. You should not be looking for, can this run to $10? This is juvenile, idiotic thinking. It's childish thinking, and this is how people lose money. What you need to be doing is looking for ways to believe that, your thesis might be incorrect. So what I would say here would be that if we do see a breach below $6.20, that would be your first major warning signal that this significant move to the top side has probably completed itself. This is a lot of upside price action in a very short period of time. Does this absolutely mean that share prices have to stop here? No, not necessarily. And if we look at the indicator reading here, the balance of the evidence here does still support the bullish side of the argument. We do have some conflicting signals, as we can see. this downtrend reading here, is a negative. But at the same time, you do have an uptrend that has been tested 3 different times as opposed to 2 different times. And this bullish trend momentum indication here is longer term in nature. So, there are some conflicting signals here, which needs to be kept in mind. But I would agree that the balance of the evidence in the indicator reading, and this is the hourly time frame, so this is an important indicator. The balance of the evidence here does still suggest positive momentum. But what you have to understand also is that this relative strength index reading is very close to falling through this uptrend. So if we were to see share prices break below here, there goes your uptrend. Okay, and this is an important uptrend because if we sort of look at where this relates in the price chart itself, I mean, look where this momentum trend begins. It's right here. Now, where's the corresponding price, price level on the price chart itself? It's right at the beginning of this major rally, right at the prior test of $3.68. So this is very significant here. If we start to see this momentum trend break, what this tells you is that this momentum trend has now broken as well, and that this uptrend is now no longer active. So, we're not here yet, and we could still bounce from here. I'm not trying to predict the future here. We could bounce from there, and then this trend could continue. But what I'm saying here is that you're sort of running right into this area at the moment. We're really not seeing significant bounces from here. We're sort of treading water in the price action itself, and then the relative strength index reading is kind of looking sluggish at the moment. So, could you bounce from here? Sure, you could bounce from here. You could also break below here, and then if that does occur, I would say that that's a much more significant event because then this entire trend wave here to the top side has now completed itself. It has run its course. Could you develop a new positive trend in the future? Yes. But what this really tells you currently is that this major trend movement here is done. So, if you want to sort of, take the risk of banking on a new positive trend to develop to develop in the future, that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want with the money, with your money, but just kind of magically waiting for these $10 levels and just always assuming that your stock is going to move higher because it's yours. It's really kind of a lottery ticket mentality that really doesn't have anything to do with the actual market. So here's the current stock update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.